Welcome back to the Chip and Joe podcast show. This is not Chip. This is Joe. I'm trying to confuse him because...
I had to think a lot.
This should be natural. We've done it enough times. You know, we've gotten a rhythm.
I'm still not used to being called Chip, though. Even though people are starting to call me Chip now.
I know. It's weird. It's really weird.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to call you Chip. Like, one of Joe's friends.
Yeah. That's
like,
it.
all right.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Ever. Unless it's somebody that we don't know that will call you Chip.
Yeah.
I think that'll be okay. But yeah, welcome back, guys. This is our 7th podcast, and I am very, very shocked that we've made it this far. I'll be honest, guys. I didn't think we'd get past 4. But somehow we're managing to keep throwing these out there for your entertainment.
We're hanging in there, guys.
We're hanging by a freaking thread, but we're still here. Anyways, guys, roll the intro.
This is the Chip and Joe podcast show. And Joe podcast show. And Joe podcast show.
And we're back. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Thank you for the 25 subscribers we have. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what else to say about that. That's crazy. Whoa. If you guys aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. Listen to this podcast. Listen to another one. We are thinking about making another segment where we upload like midweek and we have a short version of a story that we may like. Because we do have other podcasts that we did a while back ago. So this can be a good way to incorporate those without us having to make that whole podcast, I guess, its own podcast. So, be expecting that. So, subscribe if you aren't subscribed. And if you guys want to share this channel, go ahead, share it with your friends. It can be a channel that both of you guys listen to. And then, I mean, it can be something you guys talk about. Again, trying to bring you guys together. Trying to bring your mother and you together. So... yeah, that we're bringing families together, man.
It's kind of ironic.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Wait. We're bringing families together because mine is broken. Yeah. So, yeah.
Joe needs to explain you.
That'll go into its own topic right now, but there's something more important, Hector. I don't know if you know this.
I don't.
We're looking for sponsors, man. We're looking for sponsors, man.
You're messing it up now, man. It's like a good song that you hear too much, and then you just hate it now.
It's overplayed on the radio. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Today we also have a special guest that made a Chip and Joe news, so we'll get to that later. But yeah, let's get into the first topic. So the first topic is what we just said earlier, like a minute ago. I'm moving out, guys.
To be specific, you're being kicked out.
Yeah.
Don't try to sugarcoat your little situation.
No, I'm moving out because I got kicked out.
It's like, I didn't get fired. I quit.
No, it's like, I left because I got fired. So yeah, I'm moving out because I got kicked out. Long story short, I don't know why I got kicked out, guys. I honestly don't.
I think it might have something to do with not talking to your dad for multiple months.
It might be 2 months since I've talked to my dad. Big deal, boo.
And living in the same house.
And living in the same shelter. It's a shelter. Living under the same roof with a person you don't talk to for 2 months. Big deal. I've seen people do that for years. Actually, I've never seen or heard anybody ever do that. But yeah. Yeah.
Bringing families together, guys.
Bringing families together so you don't have a broken one. But yeah, that's going on, and I have to find a new place. I don't. Okay, so the way I'm currently financially at is I don't have enough for to be comfortably living in an apartment and everything.
You know what's so funny about this whole situation?
What?
Just the week before, this whole thing happened,
Uh-huh.
you had so much money that
Oh my God.
you wanted to go to Best Buy to buy anything.
Whoa.
You're like, I could buy. We just discussed
Whoa,
that
yeah,
in the other
yeah.
podcast. It's like, I could buy that. I could buy that. You could buy everything in Best Buy, one item, but any one thing in Best Buy.
Yeah.
And you just got the Apple Watch for the heck of it.
Yeah.
And now you need money for a place.
And now I'm at the point where I was before I had the job, to where now my leftover money is the same that I was making at the other job I had. So now I'm going to be budgeting a shit ton.
Yeah.
So it goes from me having money to me being back to where I was. But the bright side is I do have my own place. And I think that's very worth it for me.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's
If you guys don't know, we have no hangout place.
We don't have a hangout place at all.
We're in a parking structure, man.
We're in my car filming this because we don't have a place.
We never
to hang
have a
out.
place to hang out, do anything.
To record a video, to even have like 2 friends over or something. Like it's very difficult for us to hang out other than outside. Like we don't have a go-to place. As many of you guys probably have with your friends, you guys go to each other's houses and can stay there and, you know, sleep over, and like it's a paradise. We don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
So me making the first move and being the first one from our friend group moving out is definitely gonna be something interesting.
Yeah.
I also mentioned with my friend Rodrigo that I wanted to move out, and if he wanted to move out with me, so then I'd have a little more cushion to get something a little bit nicer, to get something, you know, that's a little more out of my budget. But if I'm living with somebody else, it becomes something I can attain.
What led you to ask Rodrigo? Did he mention it before?
No.
Or he just assumed like it'd be cool if
I assumed that it would be cool living with Rodrigo. Rodrigo, if you're listening to this, shout out, dog. It would be cool for Rodrigo. Stop. It'd be cool for Rodrigo to live with me because he wants to pursue YouTube, and obviously has a job, so that's a criteria.
Yeah.
Somebody who has a job that has income and also wants to pursue YouTube. And since I've been wanting to do that, and I'm pretty sure he still has that same mindset of keep uploading, I feel like it'd be a good mix for both of us to push each other and be in the same space. And obviously it's somebody who's I've known for a long time, so it's not like there's any problem with it. But yeah, so it's very difficult for me to find a place with my budget because I'm not a full-time employee. So I'm not working full-time. If I was full-time, I'd be able to afford a good chunk of all the apartments that are for sale here. So my budget is max $1,000. And like most of the apartments are going for like 1,500, 1,600, even 2,000. So it's really hard for me by myself to find a nice place, good area, not ghetto in Oxnard, because it's kind of you're gonna find a bunch of ghetto places. But yeah, just somewhere where I'm like comfortable living, and like,
and then with that you have to like, your mindset has to go back to the basics.
it has to go back to the basics. It has to go
Of
back
living.
to survival. And like at this point, I can't give up. That's the biggest one. I can't be like, I don't want to work. That I can't have that mindset at all. I cannot, because I'm paying for everything. I am my own human now. like I don't have, you know, somebody paying for the light. I don't have somebody paying for the gas. I have to do everything, and like it's gonna add up a lot.
And then he's gonna need Wi-Fi too to upload these videos.
That's something I feel like I took for granted.
I know.
Internet, like now I have to pay for that.
Now,
I have to pay for that, and it becomes to the point where like when your parents are out, they're like, this is expensive. Like it's pricey. And again, I wouldn't have that problem if I had a full-time job, but since I'm going to school and working, I'm stuck in this shit where like I don't know what to do. So a roommate would benefit, but if I can't have a roommate, then I'd just find some place by myself, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine living by myself. I feel like I'd be more at peace than ever before. And yeah, I'd have people over all the time though, like all the time. Like any person who has time at all in their day, come over. Like that'll be the hangout spot.
Be cool.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. So if you guys want to stay tuned on that, subscribe. And yeah, what I'm thinking about doing also is when I do end up moving, starting my YouTube channel back up and basically doing like a tutorial, not a tutorial, like, what do you call it? Like how to live, like how to live on your own from my point of view. From someone who's never moved out
cool.
and everything, and like showing the basics and how I budget my money, how I do everything else, what I need to do, how to live.
That would be very cool.
And like I feel like that's such a crazy opportunity for me to do because I would never have this opportunity ever. And I don't feel like anyone from our friend group is at that point yet to move out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm basically getting thrown out into the water and trying to float and learn how to swim. That's it. Like,
what if you went super budget?
What if I went super budget?
How to live in a car? I've seen a YouTuber do that. We've mentioned him before.
Yeah,
he's like the entrepreneur. Ray is the entrepreneur. Is his YouTube channel. He has like a whole series of him living in his car for like I don't know how many months until he was able to afford an apartment. But imagine you did that.
I would not live. I can't sacrifice.
He has his own way. He tells you like what to eat during that time. Oh gosh, I can't imagine, dude. He'd wake up in the morning and he'd go by the beach and he'd use the showers there.
Oh wow!
Like when it's still dark.
Wow.
So it'd be freaking cold.
It'd be cold as hell. Yeah, it's the beach.
Yeah.
Not only that, the water too.
Yeah, he's shaving his car.
Damn.
Dude.
You see, I'm not at that point where I have to do that. At the moment that becomes something I need to do, I think I'd end up doing it. But for now, I'm trying to like live comfortably.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be an interesting thing to do, I think, just for the heck of it.
That'd be an interesting story. And
yeah.
I just decided to live in my car.
Yeah, and also my car is not spacious enough for that. I don't have back seats that would allow me to do that. So, yeah, no, it wouldn't work. Maybe if I folded down my seats and then used the trunk as legroom and then push these seats forward or something. I don't know. It's a two-door car, so it's just not going to work that well. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and I guess I'll stay tuned with that one. I feel like that's a good one to stay in tune with. But yeah, that's basically me moving out. I'm looking for an apartment. I was looking for this place, and I was about to get this place yesterday.
Yep. It looked pretty nice in the pictures.
It was a nice place, but the problem was it was too small. If you guys know sizing or square feet, it was 250 square feet in total, which is not a lot. Man. And that place looks small without furniture. I can't even imagine with furniture.
Dang.
Yeah, for $1,000. That's the worst part. Like I can get a full apartment with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom for $1,000. This one just it was a studio. Yeah, but it was in a really good area.
The thing with that, it had like a cool little porch on the outside. But the thing with this was that the porch, it was just the street.
No,
and the other,
it's not where I thought it was.
Oh, really?
It was inner. Yeah, it was more inner. Yeah, it was actually in a pretty good. That was another one that like made me want to get it.
Okay, because Joe did actually like check the place out.
I went.
I was gone.
Yeah. And so I checked it. I checked it out. The guy was like, "Yeah, I'll give you like 2 days to think about it." He didn't. He didn't. Man. The next person that came up, they got it right away. And he didn't give me a chance because as soon as I texted him, he was like, "Yeah, man, it's already gone."
Fudge.
So yeah, that went out the window. Now also, he was telling me that there was a lease that I was gonna sign for 6 months, but I wanted to do 3 months because by 3 months I would be summer, and I feel like summer would be the time where I would be able to have more money to move out because I'd be working like nonstop. So yeah, I don't know. So that's where I'm stuck at. I'm looking at this new apartment that popped up today. Hopefully they respond. Like the apartment people never respond. I've messaged like 3 of them and none of them have responded. So I hope I get better opportunity with this one. All right, we're back. We had a little technical difficulty. Something happened along the lines, and the Matrix were hitting our computer virus, and we had spamware from our Cornhub account. So. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. Anyways, guys, we're gonna get away from that topic. That's just a whole nother thing. But yeah, Hector, you went to the snow.
I did.
How was that?
So when Joe went to go check out his house,
Yes.
I went to the snow. I have not been in the snow in a while. Joe hasn't gone at all.
Yeah, I don't know what snow is, guys.
So we're like, Joe, you should go. And you're like, oh,
I have to check out the place, and I'm not snow ready. And
And then, we went. It was such short notice too. I think it was like 7 at night, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the snow tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh shoot!" I'm like, "Okay, let me get ready." And then we go, and we have our Tundra truck, and we're going there. And then the main road apparently shut down, so we have to take a 2-hour detour to get. Yeah, it's like 2 hours extra just to get to Big Bear. And we had to go off-roading, guys. It wasn't just like a little cruise detour. No, we went to the freaking desert. We went off the tracks, man. And I can't imagine if me and Joe ended up going, because we would have to go in my car.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, and the roads were flooded, dude. The roads were flooded with water.
Dude.
It was cold, and like.
Dude, I would have felt bad for your car.
Dude, like.
I really do think we probably would have gotten stuck.
Yeah. the truck was like huffing and puffing, man. Dude, we were going. Yeah, I felt like we were. We went to like the sand dunes a while ago in that truck. It felt exactly like that. Like sideways, like holy shoot. But yeah, we were there.
Did you? Does your Tundra have 4x4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We would have struggled if we went on their front wheel drive car.
I know.
My god.
It's funny. We were like stuck in like ice for a second. And then my stepdad, he's like, hold on.
I knew it. I had that.
Yeah. He's like, 4x4, baby. He switches it. And then we go.
And it's like, oh shit. Damn, that's crazy. No, dude, there is no way we would have gotten through in a front wheel drive car.
No, dude. And then we stayed in a cabin, which was another 2 hours away from like all the activities in Big Bear.
Jesus.
It sucked, but it was cool in there. The cabin, it was all snow around the cabin, and it was raining and it was cold, and so we wouldn't have blast, Joe. My car is not meant.
No way.
My sport mode can only go so far.
Your car is a daily commuter. It just doesn't make sense on snow. If you had chains, maybe.
Yeah, everyone was putting chains.
Yeah,
everyone was putting chains. We're just passing by them.
Okay, I didn't explain this, or else people are gonna be confused. If you guys don't know what 4x4 is, it means all 4 wheels of the car have power that move the car.
My sister thought it meant you have 6 wheels.
Oh my god. Okay, we definitely have to talk about this now. Okay, so 4x4 is basically all 4 of the tires are moving. They all have power, so they all have. When you press the gas, all of them will spin. Mm-hmm. So you know how when somebody does a donut or a burnout, the back tires are the ones who burn out, or the front ones or something. Mm-hmm. Well, all 4 of them would burn out if you did a burnout, theoretically. Yeah. And in your car, it's a front wheel drive. So only the front wheels would spin when you press the gas. The back ones, if you were to lift up the car and jack it up where the wheels weren't touching the ground, and you press on the gas, your front ones would be the ones who would move.
You see,
and the back
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, in the back. We're back again. God damn it, Hector, pressing the space bar. Jesus. Okay,
dude, I swear
I have the computer up from now on. I am not gonna let Hector have this fucking computer because he's fucking it up. Anyways, so front wheel drive, the front wheels move, the back ones don't have any power. So they're just there following the car. So in a real wheel drive like my car, if I did a burnout, the back ones are the only ones that do the power, and the front ones don't do anything at all.
Makes sense.
So that's how it works. And in a 4x4, all of them do it. So that's how you get more grip, because all 4 of them are like clawing onto the road.
Yeah.
So that's how 4x4 works, and that's why I asked you, because I'm like, the Tundra should have 4x4 since it's like a heavy duty truck.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys didn't have that, I think it'd be a very, very stressful time without it.
Dude, and some of the roads, they were like roller coasters, man. Like, they were just hills. Like, I'm not, these were hills, man.
Oh,
These weren't just like a little wavy road. Nah.
No.
Like, you go up, you can't see the rest of the road because you're still, like, you can't see it yet. And then he wanted to go fast. My stepdad was driving fast on those.
Jesus.
So it literally felt like dropping on a roller coaster on each of those hills.
Damn.
Like I like roller coasters, guys. I go on every roller coaster. So I know what I mean when I say that it felt like a roller coaster.
Hey, this wasn't this fun.
It wasn't
actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, gosh.
We need to go somewhere, man. Like,
I
we
know.
actually
We
have
say
to go
that,
somewhere.
but we don't do anything.
We were planning the fucking trip to Vegas, and now it's not even gonna happen because I can't.
Joe's.
My budget is non-existent now. It's annoying. Very annoying. As soon as I have a little bit of money, something goes wrong.
Seriously?
Something goes wrong. But yeah, we definitely have to go somewhere.
Oh, never mind.
We have to go somewhere, like, even freaking across the street. Like, we have to go somewhere.
Across the street. I know, we don't go anywhere.
We don't go anywhere. We need to go, like, to an actual place far away. Like, it obviously in California, but, like, shit, let's go to, I don't know, San Francisco or something. Just a road trip.
We can't, like, plan it good, though. And the thing with our group is we don't plan things out. And then
I feel like
when we say we do things, we're, like, half motivated to do it. And then when it's time to do it, we don't do it.
Somebody doesn't
Yeah.
follow
It's like,
through, and then we kind of just back out of it.
That's how every single plan goes down.
You're right. We were planning on going. We were planning on going to Vegas, just like for the hell of it. Not even thinking about. Don't even think about anything. Just go to Vegas. And,
one day we're just like, let's go to Vegas.
The next tomorrow.
2 days.
Let's go to Vegas tomorrow, and we'll come back the same day. And then one of our friends couldn't go, so we ended up not going.
Yep.
That was it. Which, I mean, I guess is good that we're like that, but at the same time, we never freaking do anything because somebody always backs out of it. But yeah, we need to go somewhere. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's nearby that would be fun to go to. But we need to do something. I feel like in the future
we haven't even gone to any amusement park together.
We haven't. Actually, no.
Not even Universal.
We've gone to Disneyland together for graduation.
Dude, I can barely remember that.
Really?
Disneyland?
Yeah. Actually, you're right. I can't remember much. That was like 2 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. Yeah. That's crazy.
I can't remember that at all. What's going on?
All I remember is, do you have your exit buggy?
Yeah, I have the recording of of us going. I like a little collage.
Also the recording of.
Oh, we got stuck.
The recording of Dumbo.
Oh yeah, all the way up. Yeah, we're singing so well, we're gonna get copyrighted.
Damn it.
Yeah, we got stuck. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
In the roller coaster.
But like, we need to do things. We're not those type of. I want to be a type of person, but I feel like now financially for me, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And most of our friends have jobs, have school, have other things that it gets difficult to schedule something where, like, you know.
I know, it sounds boring. Just like, we have to schedule.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we have to plan it out, and it's difficult. That's why the Vegas thing, I let people know last year that I'm like, dude, I'm serious. But then this came up where I have to move out, and now my budget went from having all this money that I can spend to nothing.
We would have like crazy plans, like for that Vegas one that was just like willy nilly. We're like, dude, what if we go and bet what was it, $300 or something?
Oh yeah,
like that?
because I had a couple $100 that I just saved up, and I had no. Okay, so I was supposed to pay for classes, and then the bog waiver kicked in, and if you guys know, bog waiver pays for your classes. So then I had all that money left over from the classes. So then I wanted to spend and gamble that money and see if I can flip it and do double, and just for the hell of it too, to go to Vegas and have some, a reason to go. And yeah, so we were just gonna bet it on a color from the roulette table, and yeah, if I won, I won. If not, we would drive back very sad.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's why, like, things like that would have been so cool to do, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, we're planning like, oh, like what if we did a whole video on this?
Oh yeah, I was definitely gonna do a video about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe in the future we'll end up doing something like that. I'm sure the opportunity will come later on, but for now, I guess we're stuck. At least I'm stuck not being able to do things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we're at on that. Also, trying to hang out and plan something. And speaking about planning, we want to plan for a guest.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about it for a while.
Okay, so I feel like so we did a podcast. One podcast, or actually like two-ish maybe if you count it, but we did one official podcast last time when we were doing podcasts,
and the way that turned out, it was like more of an interview for the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things with that. So we interviewed Rodrigo that I just talked about earlier. We interviewed him. Rodrigo, for listening to us again. What's up, dude? But we interviewed him. It was supposed to be just a podcast. And the way it ended up turning out was, like Hector said, an interview. And I didn't really want that. I wanted it to be a podcast like this with an extra person giving their input.
Yeah.
But the way it came out, it was like me asking him questions and him talking about it. And the way it also went was Hector wasn't doing much talking because...
Yeah, because you went in full-on interview mode.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, so how does that make you feel? You're like, dude,
I crossed my leg.
Yeah. I'm like... Dude, he had all these questions, like, so, like, what advice would you give to someone who's starting?
You see, and I didn't know where to go with that. And the thing was, with that whole podcast, I didn't know what we wanted out of our guest.
Yeah.
Or the way we wanted to proceed with. We were like, yeah, let's get Rodrigo on. Let's get Rodrigo, because we had thought of like a story that he had, and we didn't want to share it. We wanted him to share it. But yeah, so that's kind of how it all ended up playing, and I didn't like that, and I didn't want to upload it and like put that out because it wasn't something I was like particularly like proud of having. It wasn't like it was all three of us talking. It felt like it was just me and him, and then Hector was just there. And I wanted it to be more of a conversation between all three of us.
Yeah.
So that way it would seem like a podcast. Because I've seen podcasts where like one person just doesn't talk. And I'm like, dude, what's the point of that person being there?
Yeah.
And the whole point of Chip and Joe is Chip and Joe. Like, it's not one person. And then the way I also had the whole interview type thing, I wanted it to be more of like him telling us a story or something. But it seemed more like he was telling us his life, which may or may not apply to the way we're trying to run it. But now I think we have a different mindset. So, yeah, we want to get a guest on. And, there's I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna just say it. Screw it.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
You guys are getting the inner scoop. So I have a couple interested people that want to be on the podcast. And one of them happens to be a girl that I was dating when I was in second grade, which I don't know if that fucking counts. But yeah, that.
Wait. Second grade?
In second grade, I had a girlfriend.
How can you even remember that? I can't even remember
because that was my first girlfriend, Hector. That was the first one I clearly remember. Okay, and yeah, so like we talked because she asked me on Snapchat and she responded to my snap where I was saying if anyone was interested. So then I was just telling him, like, yeah, well, I guess like we can make a podcast or something. And obviously I would want to make that with her because then it'd be interesting to see how first of all we interact. Because we haven't seen each other in a good while. We haven't seen each other in a couple of years. We hung out once, but that was it. And then also to see like where things went. Like how different did her life, because at one point both of us were in the same room.
Yep.
To like somebody who like
no goals, no.
Yeah.
No
to
anything.
To somebody who I haven't seen in years, and see where they went in comparison to where I went. And like what's going on. Like, don't you think about that? Like somebody who was your friend in elementary, middle school, and be able to catch up with them and like see where they're at now, and see where you're at, and kind of compare and see like, damn, my life could have been that way also. Like, you know. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's one of the guests, and then there's other people that said they're down. They're just friends of mine, and I feel like the one that would be the best for the podcast would be her. And then obviously I would want to get Rodrigo back into the podcast and obviously make it the way I kind of want to direct it. But yeah, that's kind of a whole guest thing that we have going on. And if you guys have any ideas for like a guest, if you guys have like very specific questions or something where you want it to go, then leave a comment down below and we'll kind of like talk about that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the whole guest. I was thinking about doing it every 10 episodes to not bombard it with guests.
We're on the 7th.
We're on the 7th. Yeah. So it'll give us time to plan out with the next guest, and that's what I want.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll work out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's too
too spread out.
That's like more than 2 months.
Yeah, it'd be like a guest every 2 months and a half.
Fudge.
Which may or may not be ideal.
Which is like 6 guests a year.
Yeah. Well, I think,
that's good.
Yeah, we're not trying.
Yeah, you're
to
gonna run out of guests.
Yeah,
If we do any more.
There's only so many people in Oxnard.
I know.
We'll have half of Oxnard if we do one every month. But yeah, or we can change it. I mean, it all depends on how we feel about having guests. And for now, obviously, develop our own podcast and then have guests later. But yeah. So that's the guest, and I thought about this topic today because I am in this little
funk,
little pickle, as you would like to call it, and I'm stuck between having freedom or just working more, and the topic is time or money. That sounds very intense.
Okay. I want to backtrack when you said freedom or working more.
Yes.
Okay, what would happen? Okay, what is the freedom route?
And
then?
I'm talking about extremities, not the balance, because I think what you were telling me earlier was balance.
What? Wait, when
I brought up this topic to you before the podcast, you made it more balanced. But I'm talking about extremities.
Well, you asked me. You're like, what would you rather choose, time or money?
And then
I'm like, time is money.
Jesus.
You're like, and then for some reason you're like, no, I'm trying to tell you that money is time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but time is money.
No.
You can't have money without the time.
No, money is time. They're both.
Time is money.
No. Money is time.
You gotta,
I get it.
You gotta have both.
No, yeah, I get it. No, but what I'm saying is the two extremities, going from one side or the other side. And I'm saying like, because obviously I've had both of them. I've had both sides, and everybody's had both sides. From when you were a kid to having all the time in the world. But like 50 cents in your pocket. Exactly.
Man, you get like, you save up, you get the Lucas or someone from Paletero or something.
You get a gumball once a week, and you're like, damn, I'm balling.
Dude, once I started getting that $7 like allowance when I was a kid, I was like, ooh.
You see, I wasn't that privileged.
I know.
But that's what I'm saying, because what you were saying was more of a balance thing, where you're like, I got money and I also got time. But what I'm trying to say is, what would you rather have if you could have one thing? If you could only have time, or if you could only have money? And by money, it would mean you have a job full time, but you never have time. All you're thinking about is work. Never any time for yourself. If you had time,
it'd be hard to do a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
You'd have to have a certain like mindset to live like that.
Yeah.
To live like with no money to do something.
And those people are called minimalists.
Yeah. You get like hitchhiking, you go around, you go places.
All they do is accept food, money, everything else from other people.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about like that's like extremes.
Yeah,
I guess.
That's extremes. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Not in the middle. Because in the middle, obviously, I feel like a good chunk of us are in the middle, where we have income and we also have freedom for the most part.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is extremities. Like, what would you rather choose? Have the freedom to do anything and everything you want, no repercussions for taking and having the time, or having all the money in the world but not being able to have the freedom or the, I guess, the I mean, you wouldn't have the worries of financial, struggle or instability or whatever it is. But then when you go to the other side, you wouldn't have money. You wouldn't have money to do anything, and you're literally living day by day, hoping that you can either have somebody pay for your meal or find food or something.
You see, I was just like in that position like a week ago.
Exactly.
I was like, Joe had to pay for my food.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I don't mind it.
Yeah. He's like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, but I won't eat anything. He's like, oh, I'll just get you something. I'm like, all right. But, yeah, I had, like, all the time. All the time. But, like, I didn't do anything.
And I feel like...
I don't make good use of my time. That's what...
Yeah.
I could be, like, reading books.
Yep.
I could be, like... going out to the gym is I could go there for free with my insurance and stuff.
You see, I can't do that. I wish I had that, man. Oh my god.
Like me, I'm just laying down on my bed, go on my phone, play games, and then I like contemplate what is life. Like I'm like honestly.
And the thing, if you guys don't know, is he doesn't go to school.
Right now.
Because he finished it. He finished basically his general ed. So he's done with school, and this is. Like, where he's at, I've been there. I've literally been there when I wasn't going to school and I was only working at a part-time job that wasn't paying me good at all. So I literally know where he's at, like, in life. Like, we were making, like, the same amount of money and everything. Because I wasn't getting a lot of hours at that job. So I had all the time in the world, but I didn't use it wisely. And maybe that's where the silver lining is.
Ooh, you're getting all fancy.
Maybe that's where it is. If you have all the time in the world and you don't use it, then maybe you shouldn't have all the time in the world.
Ooh.
Because somebody who does have all the time in the world would probably use that time and wouldn't even realize that they have all the time in the world because they'd maintain busy. But for you to acknowledge it and be like, dude, I have way too much time in my hands, maybe that's where it's like, dude, am I doing enough? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Maybe that's the catch. Maybe it isn't time. Shit. Maybe we're just not doing enough. Or maybe we're not busy enough to where we feel content. And we start questioning. We have time to think about why we have so much time. Or like what this and that, you know? But no, that gets deep. But then would you rather have all the money and never be able to go out, never be able to do this, never be able to do that? Because I feel like, okay, right now in my example, I feel like I have a balance, but at the same time, the way we're explaining it, we have the time to go out and do things, but then we don't.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing, but we have...
I mean, a lot of... This is like a... They talk about this topic a lot, like in books and stuff, like money books.
Yeah.
The Tony Robbins book that we have.
Oh, yeah.
The Great Awakening.
Great Awakening.
I
recommend that book, even though I haven't read it all. I recommend it. Like, I feel like a lot of people that read it.
Did you get to the fisherman story at least?
No, I have not.
No?
I read up to... Fuck, I don't even remember. Up to a guy going up to Tony Robbins. I don't even know if that's the beginning. I can't remember.
That's the beginning.
Yeah.
That's the second page.
Yeah, no, that's the second page. It is. I can't remember much of it, of the whole book. So that's as much as I'll say. I can't remember much.
Yeah, he mentions a story as like a fisherman that some businessman, he goes to like a town, and then he tastes this guy's fish. He's like, hey, this fish is really good. You should make a business. And he's like, really? And then the guy asks the fisherman what he does. He's like, oh, I go to fish every day. I bring food back to my family, and we eat, and that's their day. Basically, like they just enjoy the rest of their day.
Right.
And then the guy's like, you know what? You could be doing so much more. He's like, you can make a business with this. You go, you start, I don't know, like, what's the word for produce? It's not manufacturing. It's just
harvesting, like, or whatever it is.
Or with fish. I have no idea. It's like, and then like go into like a canning company, and then he's like, what do you do after that? It's like, after that you could start, you be your own boss. And then he's like, well, after that, what do I do? He's like, after that, then you could just
live.
Well,
and hire people to work for you.
Well, you see, like, I'm saying it bad. That's why. He's like, and then at the end, he's like, well, after that, after you're like 50 or 60, then you could go fish whenever you want. You could go to your family and then hang out. Which he describes it in the exact same way that the fisherman like said he already lives his life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So then, what you're saying is, in order for a person to achieve what they want, they have to be doing what they want?
No, that's not the moral of the story.
No. Besides the whole thing, like, if you want to be doing something for the rest of your life, then be doing what you want. It's kind of the way you're explaining it. Well, from where I'm grasping, I zoned out, to be honest.
I know.
No, from where I'm grasping,
I was trying to get in there too. I was zoning out too.
From what I'm grasping is you're explaining it in a way where if you, like, let's say, for example, for me, if I wanted to do YouTube for the rest of my life, I start doing YouTube and I focus on trying to build up to where it's at a point where I don't worry and I can just do that. Instead of right now me worrying about paying my bills and stuff, but in the future having YouTube being my source of income to where I can do it but not worry about bills being paid.
Well, I think if I can remember, I think the moral was supposed to be money isn't happiness. That's supposed to be the main thing. Because he describes his life as he's just relaxed, he's with his family, and he's happy.
Right.
And then the guy's saying after you do all this stuff to make like yourself rich, then you could relax, be with your family, and be happy. And then that's supposed to be ironic because
he already has
that.
Huh.
Yeah.
So in some instances, maybe it's not worth it trying to pursue money when you can have what you already have.
Yeah. I try to think of that like in real life though. Like, well, you do need money. I think.
Oh, of course you need money.
You need money.
We're not telling you guys to quit your jobs and just
unless you're a fisherman.
Yeah.
Then you need money.
But no, that was a topic I thought about just because I don't feel like it's common to think that way.
Yeah.
For you to think of, hey, let me just have all the time in the world and do whatever I want and not have no money and like want that. Because it's a few selected people that do that and do it very well. Or else they just fail. And that's basically homeless. And I feel like that's the difference between having all the time in the world and being homeless. There's a difference. There's big difference. It's the mindset that you have in each one. And also where you stand and how you are in every way. But yeah, no, it's a difficult choice for me. If I had all the time in the world but no money, or if I had money but no time in the world, like I
think that it's just. I think all of this. Let's wrap all of this conversation in this giant burrito. And let's just say,
okay.
What will make you the happiest?
What would make you the happiest?
Yes. What?
Time.
What?
No money would make you happier.
You think so?
I 100% think so.
There's a lot of a lot of people say that. I'm not. The way I'm saying, the tone of my voice makes me think like I'm trying to be. But no. I mean, like, there's books like all kinds of.
I mean, just think of like monks. They say that they're like one of the happiest people like ever, and they don't even talk. They don't even fucking talk. They don't even care about money. Like all they do is like meditate, and they meditate in groups, and that's like the biggest way. Family, that's their family. That's their where they socialize. That's where they hang out with, like, eat food and everything. Like maybe that's what we're missing, and people are so. Oh shoot, battery's running low. Maybe we're so stuck to this idea of money is everything that's why everybody's so miserable at the end of the day.
Yeah, I even had a book that not Tony Robbins, what's his name, Ty Lopez, he would have it on Snapchat. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get that book. It's called The Happiness Equation.
Oh, it's the one with the happy face?
Yeah, the one with the happy face.
Yeah, the blue one?
Yeah, I actually put it in one of my old videos.
Oh, man.
Hope you guys don't find them ever. Don't go look for them. But anyways, where people think that you go to school, you work super hard, and then you'll be happy. But he's like, the way it should be is you're happy first, which makes you work hard, which will get you money.
Ooh. Jesus. And on that note, we will wrap it up here. But before we wrap it up, we have a special guest who's gonna give us the Chip and Joe news. So, right after that is done, the podcast will end.
Guys, my laptop died again, so I'm editing the podcast right now, and I realized it just cut off. So anyways, we're gonna have the Chip and Joe news, and after that, I'll see you guys next week. So peace.
Thanks, you guys. So as you guys could see, I am Zen Life to you, and pretty much this is the Chip and Joe news. As you guys could see, pretty much these clowns actually tried attacking this couple. And pretty much it kind of sucks, because clowns, I don't agree with. They freaking suck. I hate them. But what are you going to say? So this couple was being attacked, and the husband was trying to actually defend himself because one of the clowns had a machete to his throat. Sadly mistaken, the wife actually defended herself, and she got her niece's scooter and beat the living crap out of him, which totally sucks. And they tried running, but one of them just got beat, and the other one was held captive. So police tried to actually take them into custody, and still to this day, the couple actually won, and pretty much they couldn't survive. So that's been the Chip and Joe news. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and also hopefully you guys can enjoy your day.